guys, Steph here. Right, so today we've got a little bit of a, I think personally, quite an interesting pen. And for you people that watch the videos on a regular basis, you would have seen this pen before. And you would have seen it on a recent pen haul here. There you go. As you can see, as with a lot of these pens, they're all a little bit tired, dirty, and if you look also you can see this particular one to the bottom of the barrel and the blind cap, it's got some quite nasty scratches. So what we'll need to do is do a little bit of restoration, and after the restoration, here's that pen in question. Hey, isn't it gorgeous? What we've got for you here is nice and simply a Parker Duofold from, I would say, around about the 1930s. Now this one, as you can see by the end, the end blind cap there is what we term as a streamline, and I believe this could be the Streamline Junior fountain pen or Duofold. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment below, tell me what the correct model is. Now this pen capped is 126 millimeters long. Around the barrel here it's a nice chunky 12 millimeters in diameter. Now let's show you the barrel imprint. Okay, now I think there it is there. Now I don't know how much you'll be able to see it because admittedly it is a little bit on the worn side. Okay, but let's keep it. Is it there? I'm actually looking over the camera as I'm talking to you, but yeah, I believe it's there somewhere. But what it reads to the top, it has Parker Duofold on one line, and then underneath it, it has Fabrique Etats Unis. Ah, interesting, I hear you people say. What does the Fabrique Etats Unis mean? Now don't quote me on my pronunciation. I know my pronunciation may be wrong, but what it simply means is made in the United States. I hear you say. What, in French? Yes, in French, because this particular pen was made in the USA and it was made for the French market. How unusual is that? So most of them, as we know, made in USA, made in Canada. This one, yep, still made in the USA, but as you can see, or maybe not, by the barrel imprint, it's actually for the French market. So that's why I think this pen is rather interesting. You can see it's in this gorgeous sort of burgundy colour and black marbling. You'll also notice that, well, from the before video, it had some very nasty scratching around the bottom of the barrel there. Whether that was caused by the cap being posted, I don't know, but either way, what I've managed to do is remove all the scratches from, well, basically from all the pen. Now before you people ask, when I say I removed all the scratches from all the pen, you may actually look at the, or maybe not be able to see the barrel imprint and say to me, well, Steph, yes, it's all well and good sort of polishing the pen, removing the scratches, but you've removed the barrel imprint. Well, that's not the case. The barrel imprint is just as I found it, because what I tend to do, I will mask all the barrel imprints. When I'm polishing the pens, the barrel imprint gets masked, so when I'm polishing it doesn't affect the imprint. So no, I've not polished out the imprint. It is exactly as it was when I found the pen. So there we have it. So as I say, it's, well, I've not told you yet, this one's a button filler. We'll show you in a moment. You've got this blind cap here. If we take you up to the cap, you can see it's got these two sort of rather narrow cap bands to the bottom of the cap, and then to the top there we've got the very recognisable ball clip with the word Parker running down the clip, and to the top there we've got this black cap stud, as you can see there. So the pen has been fully restored, everything's been disassembled, everything's been cleaned. We've put a brand new sack in the pen. As we said, this one is what we term as a button filler. So you can see there, even the button gets cleaned, everything, the threads, etc., everything gets thoroughly cleaned. So there we have it. So a gorgeous pen, in my opinion, a little bit on the unusual side because it's made for the French market and it's got the French sort of barrel imprint, if you like. So very interesting indeed. Let's take you up to the section. It's got the quite a recognisable section, slightly concave, little ridge towards the nib. And then another thing that is interesting about this particular pen is this gorgeous nib. Okay, now once again, because this pen was made for the French market, it's got a little bit unusual nib in that if you look to the top there, it's got a serial number running to the top of the nib. What that means or what it sort of indicates, I'm not quite sure. And then it has Parker Duofold. To the bottom it's got made in USA, and then to the very bottom, I don't know how clear it is for you people, it's got 18 carat. So rather unusual again. The majority of these pens have a 14 karat gold nib. This one, because it's made for the French market, it's got the 18 karat gold nib. Now, as far as I'm actually aware, I read somewhere that sort of any gold that is sold to the French market has to be a minimum of 18 karat. I don't know how true that is, but again, because this is for the French market, as opposed to the standard 14, we've got a lovely large 18 karat gold nib. There's a sideways view. There's the feed. The earlier versions we had the sort of the Christmas tree feed. This one you can see slightly later, I believe, has got what we term as the comb feed. And as you can see, as always, even the feed gets cleaned as well. Not just the outside, but the inside, the ink channels, etc. Everything gets thoroughly cleaned. So, a lovely size pen. Even with my large hands, it's still a nice, comfortable pen to hold. Now, because of this nib, and as you may have noticed, it's got quite long tines. Quite interesting. Does it have a flex nib? So what we'll do, I know most times I just dip the pen, but what we'll do, this one incidentally will still be looking for a new home. I'm sure somebody will enjoy it for years and years to come. But what we'll do, we dip the nib, little bit of this section, and we press down on the button. So let's do that. Okay, lots of bubbling going on, which is precisely what we want to see. Let's just give everything a wipe. Okay, let's move the ink to one side. Pop the blind cap back on. Let's reach over and get our pad. Let's see how the pen writes. So what we have is Parker Duofold, this one. Made in the USA. Made in the USA for the French market, and as we said, around about the 1930s. It's writing very nicely, I would say, with a, yeah, maybe a fine to sort of medium nib. Does it have any flex? So I would say yes, it has. By putting a little bit of pressure on the downward stroke, so we've got a flexi nib. So writing, yeah, with a fine, maybe getting on for medium, but with a bit of downward pressure. You can see on the downward stroke we're getting a thicker line, as opposed to the cross stroke we're getting a fine line. So I would say it's got a flexi nib. Okay, so there's a writing sample. So there we have it. I'm just wondering why the American versions didn't also have the 18 karat gold. Maybe it was the cost factor, I don't know. But as you can see with this one, made for the French market, has an 18 karat gold nib and has a nib that's got a little bit of flex to it, which is a little added bonus. But all in all, a gorgeous pen, looking for a new home. Absolutely gorgeous, fully restored. As we said earlier, all them nasty marks have now gone. It's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous example. So there we have it, the Parker Duofold, I believe, Streamline Junior, made in USA for the French market. I hope you've enjoyed looking at it as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment below, just down there. Press that thumbs up, give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe as well. But for now, I'm just going to say Slava Ukraini from me and this gorgeous pen. I'm just going to say bye bye for now.